Well, I'm here today to do a test on my three main cameras. Got a 5DS, got a 5D Mark II and a 5D Mark I. And what I've done is I've put the big lens on, because that's the one only with the foot that can attach to the tripod. I'm going to change the bodies. I'm going to shoot them all at f11, aperture priority, what the meter says, 100 ISO, 2-second timer, and I've chosen this subject because it's a beware sheep sign. It's got a bit of red in it. There's a bit of neutral grey for the pole. There's a bit of road. There's some of the bits and bobs around. You know, there's some heather on the back of the rock face to give a bit of a magenta colour. There's plenty of green in the area, and in the grass just below what I call it the sign, I've put a bottle of what I call it suntan lotion for kids, because it's got a yellow top and a blue bottom. I was hoping to get like blue sky in, but today it's the sky's a bit, as you can see, a bit sort of like thin cloud, so there's no real lots of blue skies. And I was going to do a different bit, but someone's stolen the beware the Ford sign, so that's disappeared, so I can't do that. So I'm going to use this just to see the difference in all those three cameras, how it renders the colors, how it produces the grain, or what sort of like feeling the grain gives you, and is there any difference. And what I should do is I'll just set it all to the basic specs in the computer, so it'll be the user profile, whatever it is, or preference, whatever what's it called, I can't remember. Anyhow, the standard profile it comes with, and to see what the difference is between these three cameras. So there you have it. It's not a definitive test, because I'm not doing anything sort of a, you know, long exposure or high dynamic range test. You know, it's just to see how it looks on your bog standard sun behind you snapshot sort of picture. I forgot to mention that all of the pictures will be taken at standard daylight setting, or the little sun symbol on your camera. I was going to do auto white balance, but I thought, nah, I'll just do standard, just to see what, you know, what the difference is between, you know, what Canon thinks standard is on each one. Can't believe the wind's just got up now. That was the first exposure. Right, here we go again. Live view on. Focus on the pole. That's that. Live view off. Turn it off. Take it off. Put that one down. Put the Mark I on. No, it's a bit out of order, but that's how I picked them up. On. There's no live view on this one. Must be on 10-second timer. There we are, that's that done. Turn that off. Take that one off. Put the Mark II on. Turn that on. Live view on. Punch in, back buttons focus. On the pole. There we are, that's that done. So, that's it. See how it goes. And here we have the center of each frame. I've just chosen a standard view with a few neutral colours like the post and the road and the rocks in the top left hand corner. If you look at the greens, they are decisively more yellow and get slightly yellow in the 5D Mark II and slightly pushed towards the bluey greens in the 5DS. Must be progression of the different types of sensors they're using. And at the top, if you look at the rocks in that top left hand corner, they're distinctively warmer. If you look at that dead gorse bush towards the top right of the sign, you can see how it is a bit more warmer looking than this 5D Mark II version, and even the 5DS is slightly bluer. This is where you probably get those good skin tones from, which the 5D Mark I and II is renowned for. Well, the reds are distinctively more orange, as you can see by the sign in the 5D, but in the 5D Mark II and the 5DS, they're almost the same. You can see how warm the greys are by the colour of the road, and also how, as the sensors get bigger, the contrast tends to go down slightly. That's probably because of the dynamic range. If you have a look at the blue and yellow bottle I put by the D, you can see how orange the yellow is in the 5D Mark I, and how I think the lighter the blues are in the 5D Mark II compared to the 5D and the 5DS, and how it's more of a cleaner, colder yellow in the 5DS, and that blue is a bit washed out in the 5DS. I've overwritten the standard profile and just used the Canon Digital Photos Professionals profile for all three files, plus I've gamma corrected it, and as you can see, it is virtually erased nearly all the differences between these files to its own standard. I think in some ways it's probably lost the distinctiveness and charm of each camera sensor. Well, this gives you an idea what the grain looks like on the 5D or the 5D Classic, and you see how it's fallen apart about now. And as we come up to the 5D Mark II, an improvement, and that's quite good for the 21 megapixels. And here we have the grain for the 5DS. In fact, I don't think I've zoomed in enough to actually show you it fallen apart, but never mind, you get what you pay for. I've shot some 1080p video footage on the 5DS at the top and the 5D Mark II at the bottom. It looks a bit washed out on the 5DS in standard profile, and probably because the sensor is slightly different, but the 5D Mark II has got a little bit more punchy contrast, which I quite like. Well, that's it. Like and subscribe, make a comment, blah blah blah. See ya.